And we are live. Okay, so good. Cool. All right, so welcome everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Random Tan Experience. I'm Jeff.
I'm Liz.
And we are homeschooling parents of 9 kids.
And work from home entrepreneurs.
And this is our show. So
where we talk about random stuff.
Yeah, and actually tonight's probably going to be really random because usually I have notes on our board, like just behind the camera there, that off camera that you can't see. But tonight I didn't put them up.
We're going noteless.
We're going noteless, yeah, because our kids. Maybe if I turn it around, you guys can see. But let me see. Look, so our kids have their multiplication work up there on the board there. So, and I just didn't want to take it off. So, So that's what that's kind of. We're just sort of flying by the seat of our pants. I did have a plan.
Some ideas.
I had some ideas. We want to talk about some questions people have been asking lately. So getting ready for the big Christmas. Because it is definitely less than a month away now. And also, cups, dealing with how many cups we use. Well, dishes.
Dishes in general.
Go
ahead and fill it.
Yeah, there's
a big bag.
Whole bag of stuff. We're talking to Matthias off camera here, who is looking for buy the sewing machine.
Who's looking for the 20 kilogram bag of sugar.
Yeah,
he's sitting on the kitchen floor that he can't find.
But now, he's found it now.
Yeah.
So, because we buy things in bulk. Obviously, with 9 kids, that's one thing that we do a lot. We buy things in bulk.
And with Christmas coming, there'll be some baking.
Yep.
We've decided this year we're going to bake.
Yep. And usually we do. Well, I say usually, but often we'll do a gift for all of the grandparents and the aunties and uncles and all that kind of stuff. Just one thing that we can just do in
thing that we make a whole bunch of.
Yeah, and then we can just give them away
to everyone. So we've done jams in the past. We've done flavored vinegars. We've done apple pies. We've done.
This year, I think it's going to be a little bit of baking.
Yeah, we're going to do some baking and make up little...
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't say this live because then they'll know what they're getting.
Well, I don't know, but so... also, we've done... we've given away samples of our products from our, from our businesses and our companies and stuff. So, so we've done lots of really cool things, and basically it's just easier to navigate the whole,
extended family.
Yeah, political minefield.
Yeah.
So just by doing that, right? So by doing, by giving one identical gift to everybody. So that's that. We got to get ready for that. I should point out, this is going to be our last episode of 2016.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be, so we're heading into the Christmas season.
The crazy Christmas season.
And so it's just a little bit
We're not going to try and add the stress of scheduling this in around all the other added events that come up, because we also have a birthday right before Christmas in the family.
Another 16, another 16-year-old actually. So Gavin's 17 now, right? But we're going to have soon to have another driver. So that's going to be really exciting, because having one new driver is a game changer. So, I think
having 2 will be...
It's going to be like somebody to drive herself to dance. Okay, so that's going to be, more... That's going to be really cool. So, with all those things, it's like some planning too. So, we're probably going to be looking at... another vehicle, so that's something that we got to consider, in the future. And all of this, requires a little bit of planning, a little bit of forethought, but it's all possible. You just gotta. Oh, that's funny because we haven't. Yeah. So we're
being chimed.
We're being chimed, but it's still just the top of the hour as we're recording it. So we're doing a little bit something different. Some of you guys might notice. You may have noticed from the last episode, and this one, hopefully the quality's been a little bit better in the recording. We've been having issues lately with our we've been having
stream.
with the live stream. So we've had issues like the whole time with the live stream being a little bit glitchy and stuff like that. So
ever since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so we're really noticing it since the beginning of the season. So we're doing a new format. We are obviously still recording live, but we're actually recording and then uploading and
broadcasting after.
Yeah, so we're gonna miss a little bit of that on-air engagement,
interactive.
But hopefully a little bit later in the future we can get back to the to the live streaming format where we can have some of our on-air conversations and get back into those, because those are a lot of fun. But yeah, getting ready for Christmas. So we just put up the tree. So you know what? Let me see if I can just kind of.
Lit, though.
It's not lit, but just so the trees are over there, and I don't know, some random piece of, maybe, I don't know if it's clothing or something on the floor there, but yeah, it could be a sock bag. Oh yeah, a sock bag. So
so the tree was fun this year because we got all the lights on. Normally we put on 5 strands of 50 lights, and we put them all on and plugged them in, and 3 of them didn't work.
Yeah, so three strands, not bulbs, right? But 3 strands didn't work. So
we were down by 150 lights.
Yeah, so
we scrambled and
found a couple found some more and put some on. But those lights lasted us quite a long
14
time.
Years.
Yeah, about 14 years. And I saw the price on the box that we paid for them. I think we paid $7.95.
So you can't really complain.
So what's $7?
Over 14 years, that's 50 cents a year.
That's 50 cents a year, right? So we like to do the math on that kind of stuff, right? So to see what kind of value we get for our for our money. It's one of the things when you're managing your finances is to track your spending. And one of the ways to really determine if you're getting really good value for your money is to write the date of when you purchased something. So laundry detergent, for example. Now we don't if you guys have been watching the show, we make our own now.
Yeah.
But laundry detergent, if you write when you bought the bottle of laundry detergent, and you can track how fast you go through it.
Yeah.
Then you can see what compare what the better value is. So
and we actually started doing that in 2010. And the reason we know that is because we have a huge box roll of saran wrap.
Yeah, from Costco.
We buy a lot of stuff at Costco.
And
we don't buy saran wrap anymore from Costco because we still have that box that was started in 2010.
Yep.
I can't remember if it was June.
I think it's June 11 or something, 2010. So,
and we're maybe halfway through it, maybe not quite, but it's still a pretty heavy box. So the kids are starting to take bets on how many years it's going to last.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But wow, that was like older than some of our kids.
It's older than
3 of our kids.
3 of our kids.
Yeah, it's older than 3. So that is older than 3 of our kids. That's kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, what were we talking about? But
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah. So we tend to go to, like, this is how we do Christmas. Yep. We like to go to the Christmas Eve Children's Mass, seeing as we do have a number of those. And we usually actually go to our old parish, which is in a different town from where we currently live, but it's near Jeff's parents' place. So we do the early afternoon drive down, get there, go to Mass, and then go back, usually to Jeff's parents' place. Sometimes it's one of the other aunts that handles it if Jeff's parents are away for Christmas. They've taken to traveling lately to be with other family who are going to be on their own.
Yeah.
And so we do that, and then we're there for Christmas Eve till
3:00 in the
the
morning.
the wee hours.
Yeah,
We've
so,
started cutting it back a little. Not quite 3:00 in the morning, but
3:30. 3:30, I think, was one of our records. Getting home at 3:30. Yeah, getting home at 3:30 in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah.
That was. I think that was one of our records.
That was
record year. That was a record year. So yeah.
Because what we used to do was we actually would sometimes we would go straight to the party, and then we would all leave from the party, go to midnight mass, and come back to the party. We don't do that anymore.
No, we are not in our 20s anymore. No. So like that's one of the realizations, I think, when you get like 20 years later, we're a little bit more tired. We get a little bit more tired, slowing down a little bit,
and with one or two kids, it was easy to pick them up and pack them up.
And then come back, and it was
go.
like, this parenting thing is easy, right? No problem.
And the first couple were really sort of, they would go anywhere at any time and then just sleep around it. So we never really worried about, oh no, they have to be home in bed at a certain time. We always just kind of fit them into our lives, whatever our lives were doing, rather than contouring our lives around a sleep schedule.
Yeah. It's funny.
As you have more kids, it gets a little tricky.
Well, I was just about to say, one of the things that I think is kind of funny is that, a lot of the, now, I mean, I don't mean this in any sort of, derogatory way, but I just think it's a little funny that, the parenting experts that are out there, they all have like maybe one or two kids, right? And then, okay, that makes them an expert. All right, that's fine. And, with us with 9 kids makes us crazy for some reason. I don't know. Like when I was studying, psychology, and we're talking about statistics, sample size matters. I don't know. But anyway, so...
call us crazy.
Yeah, but
there you go.
Whatever. So
anyway, so then we always come home after Christmas Eve party and then have Christmas morning at home. And we started doing that because trying to do, I think in the early days, we would try to do like the Christmas Eve party and then Christmas morning and then leave to go to Mass. And that was always a little bit nightmarish.
Yeah.
Because the kids would be tired getting up after the party, and then they'd get to open their gifts and then have to leave them all behind.
Yeah.
You want me to? But I just got the toy. I want to play with my toy.
But actually, this year, because the 25th is on a Sunday, it actually makes things a lot easier too, because first it would because there'd be Christmas Eve mass, and then it's like one of those seasons where you're like. Some years it's almost like Easter, right? Like you're back to back, right?
Church.
Which I mean it's awesome, right? But it's it tends to be
a little tiring.
Yeah, a little bit tiring, right? Like a little tiring. Like I mean, I would have to admit that it's it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be.
And this year we're really on the ball. I've already started planning some of our Christmas baking recipes because sometimes that's more of a last minute or a not minute at all thing. So I've already got my recipes picked out.
Yeah.
Know what we're going to bake.
And actually, so one of our traditions too, seeing as this is going to be the last episode of the year before we started hosting our own New Year's Eve party. Now, see, here's the thing about my family, like, as growing up. Our big event, there's Christmas Eve obviously was really big, but our big deal event was our New Year's Eve celebration, right? So my extended family New Year's Eve celebration, like that was the, for some people it's, Thanksgiving, right? But when I brought Liz to our New Year's Eve, so like to the family New Year's Eve celebration, that was big. That's the kind of, the introduction to the family, and so that's kind of like that was the okay, this is more than just sort of like a passing thing, right?
Yeah.
So we started now hosting our own New Year's Eve celebration, and one of the things that I like to do, is a Filipino tradition of making pandesal at like in the middle of the night. So pandesal, these little sweet buns, and the way that I kind of thought of it growing up, is so cool because like you'd make the dough, at some point during the party, and then the dough would rise during the party, and all the cheer, in during the party would like infuse in the dough, and then after midnight, you would bake it. You'd bake it, just sometime in the new year, and then we'd all be there, like after the. After the countdown and everybody yelling Happy New Year, you'd put the little buns, the pandesal into the oven, and then the house would start smelling like bread, like just baking buns, and really, really good. Anyway, I found this really cool recipe online for a no-knead bread, like a no-knead artisan bread. So it's been really cool. I've tried it a couple of times. Done it with the kids. I can't remember if you guys follow along on the YouTube channel. You'll know that you'll notice that I've been, you can follow along some of our homeschool adventures, and I can't remember if I did bread yet. Anyway, look for it. So. I might do a video in between of the bread, but it's really super simple, super simple. This recipe actually only takes maybe 3 hours in total. From mixing the materials together, the ingredients together, and materials. Back to my contracting days. So we're mixing the ingredients all together, and then to eating fresh bread. It's about 3 hours. For this recipe, so it's pretty good, nice and easy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I might even post a link to the recipe on the in the comment section of this or in the description section of this video. But I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to making this bread for the for the new year. What else?
But we really like to host the New Year's party, and we actually used to go for the first while that we lived up in this town. We were still traveling down. We would go down for the Christmas Eve party and drive back up, and then we would go down again the following week for the New Year's Eve party and come back up. And I think when we had 7 kids, we decided
that's a lot of driving.
Maybe that's just a lot.
Yeah.
So
we
decided we'll host our own.
Yep.
Start the new tradition.
Yep.
And so we just invite everyone.
Yep.
Whoever wants to drop in, it's a potluck.
And
come
stay
as you are, stay
and
as long as
stay
you
as long as you like,
and crash on the floor here if you need to.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And every year it's been a growing tradition at our house. Right?
Yeah.
Been a growing tradition at our house, which brings us to good segue into the amount of dishes.
Yes.
We go through the same amount of dishes in a day that some families go through in Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Like
or
some
in a week.
In a week. Well, yeah, you know what I mean? Because every day is a party size meal at our house. For some people, right? And
when we have a small party, just as an idea, our closest friends live next door to us, and they have 6 kids. And if we have 1 or 2 of our other close friends, I think for Roshin's birthday recently, we had a small party. We invited 3 families.
There was 55 people in the house. That's a small party for us, right?
So there's 8 there, and then there's 8 in another family and 8 in another family. So just between the 3 families that came, that was 24 plus the 12 that were here, plus
Yep.
grandparents and
so there was 55 people in the house, right?
Yeah,
so that's a small, right? So which is a small party.
Small party for us.
And so the next time your family's coming over and you're thinking, wow, this is a lot of people. If it's not 55,
you're okay.
You're okay, right? You're you're still in the circle of sanity, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, we go through enough dishes in a day that as many dishes in a day that a lot of people go through in a week.
Yeah.
So if we get off track with our dishwashing, it's a disaster. And
it's not a small hiccup.
No, it's a hiccup that will last for days. because the backlog then creates another backlog, and then it creates another backlog, and then it literally
Snowballs.
it snowballs, and then it takes literally a full day's like marathon washing session to get everything back in in order, right?
Yeah.
So making sure that you're on that we're on top of of the dish duty
Yes.
is critical. It's like laundry, right? It's like laundry. If we're like when we're on top of laundry, okay, everything is kind of but when you if you miss a load, right? If you what we're like four loads a day, right? So we can do 4 loads if we're at 4 loads.
2 or 3, really.
Okay, so
that
3
would keep us, if we folded them and put them away right away, 2 or 3 a day.
Right, that doesn't happen, right? So 4 loads a day. If we're doing 4 loads of laundry a day, which is a reality for us, right? Which is why we make our own laundry detergent. If you do 4 loads of laundry a day, if we miss 1 load, it backs it up, and then and then the kids' floors don't get picked up for months. So it's super important that those little things. You can't just say, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. You can't do it tomorrow because you got another 4 loads, that need to go in tomorrow. So anyway.
And then there's the eternal struggle over the cups.
Yeah.
So we've had a few different things over the years that we've done with cups. So when we had just a few kids, we got the IKEA multicolored cups.
And you could
the kids loved them.
Yeah.
But they all loved the red one the most.
Yeah, so we instituted the no color rule.
Or the no request rule.
The no request
you
rule.
got whatever cup you get is the cup you get.
Yeah.
You don't get upset.
And so they learned how to strategically line up themselves to get the cup that they wanted. So I would start randomly
but then they really started fighting over it. So for a while we actually just took away all those cups. We said
cups.
no more colored cups. And we had then did we go to the glass ones then?
Yeah,
we
but
bought a set of glass ones. You know what's going to happen as soon as I say that, right? One's going to break, and then another's going to break, and eventually you end up with,
one, right?
So
we ended up, and that ended up breaking, right? So finally, what I, clued in, I went to our local wholesale store.
It's actually
it's a restaurant supply. So our local restaurant supply store, and ended up just getting a 1 unit of cups, right? So in this
the tall tumblers,
the tall tumblers, right? And I think it was a set of 24.
No, a set of 12.
No, a set of 12. Yeah, a set of 12. And they ended up like $1 each, right? So it ended up costing about $1 each. But every time one of those is dropped on the floor, it's like
and it
cha-ching, right? So that's just so we've so really that set of cups now. They don't last forever. Eventually, they will break. If they,
crack.
From the 3rd shelf of the cabinet all the way to the floor, that happens 2 or 3 times. They're gonna crack.
Yeah.
Which is fine, But yeah, I think we probably saved a ton of money. Just with those plastic restaurant tumblers, right?
Yeah.
So. Anyway, so that's a good,
But now we have those in play, and then because we have so many little kids at this stage, we brought the colored cups back.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have the big kids mostly use the tall tumblers, and the little kids often use the little tumblers, which then makes for a lot of cups in the dishwasher.
Yeah. So we're in the middle of figuring out a system for that.
It drives him crazy.
Yeah. So, what we do, the kind of the rhythm, of the cups, has been the small cups get used at lunchtime, for because most of the younger kids, the homeschooled, kids, will use them at lunchtime, and then at dinner time we have the whole full set of the tall tumblers. And then so that kind of works. It does take up quite a bit of room in the dishwasher, all those cups, So got all those cups. Then you got the lunch plates, and then you got the dinner plates. So it's a full load every night.
At least. Sometimes more. Sometimes 2 a day.
We're actually getting to the point where it might actually need to be 2 a day, right? Because you've got breakfast dishes, right? So you got breakfast dishes, then you got lunch dishes, and then you got dinner, right? Like supper dishes.
Although the kids who sometimes help out at events at the church have really latched onto the idea of the industrial dishwasher.
Oh yeah.
That runs in like 99 seconds.
So, maybe I'll start a Kickstarter campaign for that. I'll GoFundMe. You know what? That would be funny, right? Like maybe one of our kids will start, or I'll start or one of you guys can start us a GoFundMe, a GoFundMe page. That would be great, to get us a commercial, a commercial dishwasher.
Yeah.
The 90-second cycle commercial dishwasher.
Because then they would fight over who gets to use it.
Yeah, because that would be cool,
That
right?
would be a whole different dynamic as opposed to it's time to, load and unload. And
yeah.
Right now, that's not a task they jump to.
No, but
they rue the day that they told us they didn't know how to unload the dishwasher.
Yep.
Yeah.
But chores are good.
They are.
They really are.
In the long run.
Mm-hmm. So, what else?
I think we're
getting close to it. So this, actually, now that we're, shooting our show this way, we actually got a countdown time, or we got a count up timer, right? Tells us,
so we can see how long it's been. Yeah.
And so it's good. We're getting pretty much close to the to the end of the
end of the segment.
End of the segment.
End of the season.
End of the mid-season break.
The mid-season break.
The mid-season break, and so have a very blessed Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
And
we will see you all in the new year.
Yeah. Have a good night.